know? Do you know? Do you have a sound record? Yes. Do you have a sound record? Can you produce a sound record? No, you can't.
Hey, yo.
Wait, no, let him finish.
Can I finish?
Let him finish.
Can I
Whatever that is,
finish?
what you do. Let him
You
finish.
gotta see the rest of the list because he kind of punch you. I'm not gonna
Season me, Daddy. This is
Go
what
ahead,
I was
bro.
talking about. This is what I was talking about. I don't care because it's my list. I don't care.
I know what he about to
Yeah, fuck you.
Let's go. We're here. Go.
Yeah, you're chat. Thank you. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Because you're a mark, and the people you employ are marks, and the people you listen to are marks.
I said that shit earlier in the chat. I'm like, I'm ready to blame The Rock. Like, I think it's his fault.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I rock with Dwayne. I'm ready to blame him too. I gotta blame somebody, bro. Cause, bro, like, yo, the energy from last year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like
Shit
I felt
different.
like a kid watching last year. I said, yo, like I was excited. Like I'm like, bro, like I ain't think I would be like this for wrestling at my old. Like I'm older now, so I'm like, all right, cause you be seeing stuff coming. But last
Yeah.
year, everything was like, oh, like I felt like a kid, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And now
shit
it's
was
this
lit.
year, and
Shit was lit last year. Like, watching SmackDown, Raw, Rock pulling up on some shit.
yeah, being
Build up.
Cody up.
Yeah. This year, I'm nigga, that promo last night, Cody was that nigga almost put me to sleep, bro.
Bro,
Pause. But
bro, that's why we didn't do an OT yesterday, bro. I fell asleep, bro. I fell asleep. I'm talking about
Nah,
I was in
facts.
deep
Nah,
deep
facts.
snooze.
Because I definitely promised brothers an OT last night, but I fell asleep during SmackDown.
Word, like I'm like, bro, like what is going on, bro? Like, nah, son. Y'all was watching with my girl. I said, yo, like this nigga Cody. I was trying to be positive, see what she was gonna say. I'm like, that's why I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. That whole promo was ass. And she was like, yeah, like I think that shit was ass. She even said that. I said, bro, all right, bro. I
what the
knew I
fuck?
wasn't tripping.
That shit was a bad joint yesterday, man.
Nah,
Yeah,
let's start from the beginning, man. What was the first thing? Oh, the Randy and Nick Aldis shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yes, sir. Came out. Nick was in his feelings standing in that ring. It looked like he wanted to bust a move on Randy.
Yeah, he did.
Nah, facts. It definitely looked like he was ready to get Rumble in there. I was like, what's up with Nick? Like, what he got going on?
I'm thinking that they're gonna do that match. That's what I'm thinking. It's almost.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the smartest thing for them to do, and I feel like they know that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I'm thinking that they're gonna do that. Let's do outside my crib. I'm thinking that they're gonna do that, and I ain't mad at that. These are my only two options for real. If they do him, or if they do Aleister Black, but I keep seeing that like um everybody saying like everybody know that whoever Randy facing, he gonna win. So that's the only thing why they may not do Aleister Black. You know what I'm saying? But either one of those two, I'm good with. Solo, look, man, look, salute to Solo, all of that. I don't want to see him versus Randy Orton. I don't care about that match at all, unless it's a squash match, which is not going to be. So, I don't. I hope they don't. And I feel like they was trying to throw stuff at the. Oh, hold up.
I don't know who the fuck Randy about to face, but man, it is ass.
Nah, yeah, I thought like when they teased Solo, I was like, because I was the one that said last week, like, damn, my nigga Solo did all that all year and ain't get nothing out of that shit. Like, he ain't get no new merch, nothing. Like, he just put everybody else on. So I
Yeah,
really wouldn't be mad. Like, I wouldn't be mad at him and Randy, but at the same time, I do kind of think it's Aleister Black because they've been doing them whole like teasers and shit. So it would make sense. You feel me?
Facts.
yeah, yeah. I get the Solo discourse too, like, because that's why it's sad. Because like I get it, but it's just like, bro, like it's just like I feel like it's low key a waste of a match. I mean, It's weird with Solo because Solo, he had the John Cena thing. He fought Roman. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he don't got classic names on his jacket. He fought Cody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he got he got some names on his jacket where I can see, like it low key don't. I don't want to say it doesn't make any sense to have him against Randy. It's just not an exciting match it's just not something that I'm excited for. Maybe if they built it up, maybe if they did something with KO and built that up, then I would be like, oh, it's fire. But it's just the way that everything, the momentum with KO. I feel like I don't know, bro. I don't want to see Solo versus Randy. I feel like him versus Nick Aldis is the perfect time to make Nick Aldis a wrestler because sometimes you plant seeds by mistake. Sometimes you got decoys. You feel me? And I think that's what they
Right.
did. You know what I'm saying? When they planted that seed before, like when Randy Orton RKO'd him, that was just Randy Orton being Randy Orton. But long story, like long term booking wise. It low key do make sense because when he gave him the check, he's like, "Yo, I give you 100K this time, and for the next time." You know what I'm saying? So the long term storytelling actually does work out the best with Nick Aldis. It just seems like they don't. I just feel like they struggling with. Do we make him actually a wrestler? Because then he probably not going to be a GM. Um, after that. But then they can make him like a Triple H type GM. Like after he wrestled, and then people like scared of him type shit. So like they can have one person where they scared of him, which is Nick Aldis, and then the other person where they taking advantage of him, like Adam Pearce. I feel like they should do that. Because now you could have Nick Aldis going in the ring. He could do it. Like, he could really be that Triple H, what Triple H can't do anymore only because of his heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all remember
Yeah.
how it was with Triple H. Yo, Triple H come. You knew as soon as you seen Triple H coming down to the ring, yo, some BS is about to happen. He gonna hit somebody with a pedigree. He gonna do something crazy because he was the authority role. He could just do whatever he wanted. I feel like if they are afraid of doing the story with him and Randy just because they're like, oh, he's the GM. I feel like that's the best way that they should do it. Make one GM the person that the wrestlers actually is like nervous to really check, like get crazy with, and then the other GM, like Adam Pearce, everybody want to go to him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to complain to him. Everybody want to do all this BS. And then when the draft comes, that makes the draft more compelling to us as the fans watching. Because now we know some wrestlers don't want to be with Nick Aldis because Nick Aldis gonna really like have them working. He gonna have them doing shit like I don't know. Some of the wrestlers are gonna be scared of him, and then some of the other wrestlers are gonna want to go to Adam Pearce because they're gonna feel like that's the clown show. And then maybe some of the wrestlers gonna be like, nah, I want to go to Nick Aldis because he mean business over there. I'm trying like they can really make the brand split something like where y'all remember when the brand split? They used to have it like a rivalry between SmackDown and Raw. They should do it like that.
Yeah,
Oh
no, I
yeah.
agree with you. Like, I think that would be fire too.
Yeah, that would make the draft fire because the draft sucks. Like nobody cares about the draft. That would make the draft the last time the draft was like okay because I never thought it was too fire, but the last time it was okay was when they used to have SmackDown versus Raw. You feel me?
Yeah, like to determine the draft picks and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, like they used to do all that, bro. And you see John Cena, you see all the top wrestlers out there fighting for their brand. Like that was fire. You know what I'm saying? So
They draft my nigga Mello #1 and he ain't even make the. Well, we ain't gonna
yeah,
start.
I don't understand why they did that. I don't understand why they did that, bro. But I
But
feel
niggas
like
know
they just
why.
wanted to.
yeah, that shit is crazy to me too. Like, what was the point? And then he was pretty much a jobber all year.
Yeah, I feel like they was trying to give him. 'Cause I said this before. I'm like, yo, I think that they just wanted to. I think they just wanted to have. They just wanted to add prestige to him. Like, yeah, this is gonna be our number 1. 'Cause I think I said this matter of fact. I think on when we talked on what's today, Saturday, probably on Monday or Tuesday. It's ironic that you just said that, bro. Because I was just saying, like, bro, like Melo getting picked at #1. That's just I think that was them because we was talking. Matter of fact, yeah, when we was talking about the black champions and all that type of stuff, I think this was their way of saying this is going to be one of the guys of our future. He's definitely going to be a champ. I can see Melo with um the #1 belt in the company, whichever one people want to consider it as. If it's Cody Rhodes, or by the time that he's the champ, it may be the other one, but it's probably going to be always going to be the one that Cody Rhodes got. But I can see him being the champ. So I think that they like, yo, even the way they pushing him with the Miz right now, I'm not really a fan of it, but I'm
See, I told you I'm not mad at it. Like I kind of like it makes like I don't want to say it makes sense, but the Miz is a good vet to put Melo with, like to help him get acclimated to the main roster because the Miz had to do the same thing. So I kind of see the vision for it. The Melo to Miz thing, just for fun for me, I enjoy that shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all niggas.
Yeah, my girl just called me. She be calling you right in the middle of my sentence, bro. Like, damn, son. Right in the middle of my sentence.
Nah. I'm telling y'all that shit get crazy. I'm not. My girl do that every time we on. Like as soon as I start, and she know every like Wednesday. Well, now it's different, but every Wednesday 8:30. This is what I'm doing, and she still call. It be like, dog, what are we doing?
Yeah, my girl be she fuck with the battle rap shit because her brother used to watch it when she was younger and shit. So I be having her like I got her super low key on Discord because I'm like, yo, I'm not mad at Melo being drafted number one or nothing like that. I think Melo being drafted number one was just them just giving him a prestige because they know that he wasn't gonna have a belt anytime soon. Also, I just think you know what I really got high regards for Melo honestly because I feel like his character what he was in NXT. Y'all tell me if y'all think I'm wrong. I think his character in NXT was so powerful. How everything transitioned to him being a heel going into the main roster that they can't really just put him with anybody as a tag team because he would overshadow them, and he's a really good wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they've been like even though Braun got the title, like it's just certain people that fit the narrative of having a title earlier in their careers. I think Melo is the slow walk champion. Like he's gonna be the nigga that's like, yeah, I'm around, and then he gonna climb his way to the top, more and more and more to the top, gradually throughout his career. Like that's why they keeping him away from Braun. You know what I'm saying? Like if him and Braun wrestled, I feel like I can't, like if him and Braun was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, I would have Melo. I would have a 50-50. I wouldn't say Braun's is definitely gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But they've been keeping him away from him. They've been keeping him away from Jacob Fatu. They've been keeping him away from really a lot of the younger prospects that seem like stars. Because I feel like once we do see the matches, a lot of them are not just gonna definitively beat him. He gonna get a lot of them matches too because I feel like they really see him as somebody that is going to be a champ in the future. So I think Melo, like, I feel like, bro, he good for real. He even in a better son.
Nah, we know it's all good. It's all good. You already prepared us.
Bro.
Cash, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, she just told me.
What's
What's good, Kat? I didn't even see that you joined.
Yeah, I just came in.
Yeah, we just talking about
talk about Smackdown right now.
Yeah.
I'm about to say we only talked about the first segment so far, so you can get your shit off, man. How you feel about Randy, Nick Aldis, and all of that?
I missed most of SmackDown. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Trust me, before Craig start recording, we was all talking about how we fell asleep and shit. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all niggas.
No, I bet I just missed it. Like I wouldn't even sleep. I just didn't watch it. But about the Melo point, this would be a perfect time to have somebody like Omos with Melo. So you take a polished wrestler with someone who's like a big but not polished, whatever, and it makes them look better. Similar to what HBK did with Diesel. Diesel wasn't powerful until he got with HBK. And then if you want to spin that into a rivalry, Melo type of dude that can have a good match with anybody. Like on some AJ Styles type tip.
The second segment was they started with the six woman gauntlet match. Lyra and Bailey. Who set it off? Lyra, Bailey, and who else?
Yeah. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, I forgot the second team. Was it Zoe Stark and Zoe Stark and what's her name?
Yeah, I think it was no first.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I kind of said this on the last show. I think like it was pretty obvious where they was going with it. It's the only thing that kind of made sense because who else from that card were you gonna put in like on a WrestleMania card? So I kind of knew at the beginning of the match that Lyra and he made that shit. That's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, Lyra and Bailey was gonna win the match, but I ain't expect him to run the table start to finish. That was kind of crazy.
It's low key powerful, but it ain't. But it is. Like it's weird to describe it. Like it's impressive, but the level of competition just makes it meh. Like, it was NXT women tag teams, I would be more impressed. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because it's I'm just not into some of those tag teams. Like, come on, what are we doing? No, they might have started with now that I think about it, might have started with Kate and Carter and Homegirl.
I ain't gonna lie. They almost catering tier, but I like that tag team.
Oh yeah, we go. Oh, okay. I cannot wait to get to that topic. That's gonna be fun. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That is gonna be fun. This is fun week. I'm not gonna lie to brothers. This is definitely a fun week, man. Quiz just pulled up. Oh, it's gonna be a great weekend.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, today, tomorrow, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was see, this is why I get mad about WrestleMania.
Next weekend kind of fire low key because
you gonna get me started, bro. I was thinking the same thing, but either way, WrestleMania is gonna be. We all gonna watch it, and we all gonna do our best to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So it's still gonna be.
I'm gonna enjoy it regardless.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it regardless too. It's just that some of this, I'm just like, bro, some of this build up is really peaks, bro. Like, it's really not good. It's really not good. Let's keep it talk, bro.
I got the edibles.
Oh yeah, it's lit.
Also, I think also right before SmackDown they announced 2 Mania matches. I think.
Yeah, Drew and
yeah, they got Drew.
Oh
Drew
yeah, I'm glad
Priest in the Sin City street fight.
Hey, look.
And they announced the New Day and War Raiders for the tag titles on.
I'm rooting for the War Raiders. I fuck with the War Raiders. They nice to me. How they wrestle and shit. They have good chemistry. So I fuck with them.
I didn't care for the gimmick, but I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I like it. I even like their entrance music. That's all. If you have good entrance music for me, that you get a huge bonus. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with that. So I think at WrestleMania. Is gonna look fire because everybody got their little special entrances. I think they shit gonna be kind of fire. But that Drew, hey, look, man, let me just say something, man. That Drew Damien match about to steal the show. Oh my god, bro!
What night is it happen on?
I think it's night 1. I wish it was night 2. I ain't gonna lie. I wish it was night 2.
It's night 1. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You said it's not still in the show. It's night 1.
I said it might still show up as night 1. I ain't gonna.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it is, bro. I think that's gonna be better than Drew. I said Drew than Jay Gunther. I think it's gonna be better. I gotta see hold on. Let me see again.
No, that's on night 2.
It's on night 2.
Yeah, that's night 2.
Let me see. Yo, send that, Nico. So I can look at the thing. I think I just found one though on Twitter. But just drop it in here real quick because I actually don't want to see that. Yeah, but it is today. This is gonna be a good weekend too because I don't know if y'all watch UFC and shit, but UFC coming on.
Yeah, Volk fighting.
UFC should be lit today for real. I ain't even gonna lie. Usually when you see people on the prelims that have been around for a while, that means it's usually gonna be a really good card.
It's so hard to keep up with UFC events because they happen so often.
Yeah, they do. But
it's
today
one every other weekend.
Today gonna be one of those though. Matter of fact, I'll even send y'all some pics. I think even the prelims. Yeah, you say you just put in chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
All right, let me see this shit real quick.
I can't wait to see what the set look like for WrestleMania. It's
got. Yeah, I'm seeing the construction pictures. It looked like a pretty big stage. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm interested in seeing that too.
It's gotta be. It's Vegas, man. What?
And Scooter gonna be in person, so he could definitely send us a real. How y'all felt about the gauntlet match? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was after. I hate to do this, but after we got past the Zoe Stark and them, I kind of liked the match. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of liked the match.
I didn't watch it all, so I mean, from what I did see, it was okay. It was cool.
especially like towards the end of the match, Lyra and Bailey was cooking, so I wasn't mad at it. Oh, and
I
that
I'm
was
wouldn't be
just
trying
mad
my
if
best to
Lyra
like look
became a
at
double
Lyra
champ.
any different but mid, but I don't know. Like I
go
like
ahead.
her in
Hold
ring
on.
work.
My
I
bad.
don't like the character.
Yeah, go ahead, Dev. What you were saying?
You don't like the bird? No, I was
No,
just saying. I wouldn't mind if she became a double champ.
Who, Lyra?
Double
Yeah,
champ.
he would be a double champ technically.
Yeah, she trash. Y'all niggas really like Lyra?
she's a good wrestler.
You
She
think
got grabs.
everything's trash, though, Ramo?
You're right, bro.
She got grabs for
I'm
days.
not
Hold
entertained.
on, that wasn't Ramo. That wasn't Ramo. Ramo wouldn't say niggas.
Oh, okay. Dang, I'm gonna let him get away with it too. That's crazy. Yo,
Nah, Ramo remind me of dude. Nah, I'm dead. I'm glad Ramo pulled up. Hey yo,
Got
Ramo
away
remind
with
me
it.
of
Nah,
White
I got you.
Jeezy.
I got you, Ramo. I wasn't gonna let him do you that way.
Y'all see White
yo,
Jeezy?
Appreciate you, fam.
almost let him get away with it, yo.
Announcement of the Sin City street fight leads us into the next topic. We got a little segment where Damien Priest comes to the ring, and on his way to the ring, he gets his ass whooped. I'm talking whooped by Drew McIntyre. You feel me? Whooped by Drew McIntyre. Like, and Drew McIntyre takes the eye patch off, says he's cleared to wrestle, so he good to go for Mania. How y'all felt about this ass whooping?
They took a match that I initially didn't care about, but now I want to see badly.
Facts. Like I initially like did not give a fuck about this. Like, but now as a street fight, it's fire. I gotta see how they do that though.
Yo,
I gotta see how they do
I
it.
do
I
too.
gotta see the violence.
I want to know if Drew. There's no way either dude's gonna win clean. I feel like Drew needs an ally or has an ally already, and he's not gonna win clean
Yeah, but
in the street fight. He's been losing a lot lately. This would be. I don't even know how many big matches he's lost.
I gotta let him beat Drew or beat Damien, man. Like, I'm sorry, I got Drew winning.
That's what I'm saying, but they wouldn't let Damien get pinned clean.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they're protecting him. They
I
protected the
don't
head.
know. I
But
disagree with that
maybe
one.
that's why you do a street fight. Maybe he don't lose clean. Maybe he get like knocked
They
out or
both gonna
something.
die. They both gonna die. That's what I do know. They both dead. Did you see what they just did last night? This is a week before WrestleMania. That could have went so bad in so many ways. And they already been dealing with injuries. This nigga DDT'd him into the steps. I know that hurt for real, bro. They gonna kill each other, bro. That match gonna go crazy.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
definitely
Irish on Puerto Rican crime.
I'm definitely way more interested in this match than I was to begin with, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We'll get to predictions
That
for
is a good
WrestleMania later and shit, but I think this is gonna be one of the ones. Like I think Trav said this. Like, it got the potential. I'm not gonna lie, it has the potential
They're both really good.
to be
Yeah.
Does anyone remember Drew and Bobby? Like, Drew knows how to work with
Those were fire
big
matches.
guys. Yeah. That's his element because they're both good stiff workers. No homo.
Yeah.
Pause. Sheesh.
Stiff workers. No.
Yeah.
Pause. Sheesh.
I fuck with him. You know what he said with
I was
himself. I
waiting
like
for you to stay relaxed. I was waiting for you to say that.
fuck. I gotta keep it kayfabe, man. Everybody relax, man. What's going on?
Nah, Drew is one of them for real. He could work pretty much with anybody.
As much as we punch on Damien, we don't punch on the in-ring work. We just punch on the presentation.
Facts. It's definitely not the in-ring work. Like, it's just we gotta do something else though. Like, what Drew call him?
The Undertaker.
Yeah, what did he call him? And he did call him bisexual Undertaker. I think he did call him that.
Toretto.
He called him Dominic Toretto is crazy.
That's a good.
So all right, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like Dominic Toretto too. But the next match.
I'm coming up with all sorts of slogans between now and WrestleMania.
Nah, I'm telling y'all, fun week, man. Y'all don't even understand. And Bug, tell me if I'm lying. I told you I'm telling the truth all the way up until WrestleMania night. Facts. I told y'all, nigga. We will get to it in a second. We gonna get to it, I promise. But the next match was Berto versus Ray Phoenix. I'm not gonna lie. I know Lucci hate the music, But dog, I'm fucking with the presentation. I'm not gonna lie. The nigga kind of powerful on the entrance. Like
He looks cool, but I think the theme song's kind of
Pence a
lazy.
little brother. Pence a little brother. Something. Pence a little brother. All they want
that's
to
how we
talk about is
really,
Pence's little brother.
that's how we doing Ray Phoenix.
He is Pence's little brother, though.
He
Ain't
is.
nothing wrong with that.
Here's the thing. I like Pencil, but I see what they're doing already. They're putting him in the ring with people that can really get the best out of his style of match, which is cool. But at
Wait,
some point,
you talk about Penta or Ray Phoenix?
Pencil.
Gotcha.
I think Penta's held his own enough for them to put him in a 4-way. You know,
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I agree with that.
otherwise he'd probably be in a singles match, right, with Braun. Like if they didn't trust him, he'd probably be in a 1v1. I would think.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I
Yeah,
think that's to me too. That's gonna be a great
have
match.
Dom on the card for WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's also night 2, right? I believe that's night 2. Yeah, I think that's night 2.
I think you're right.
But yeah, I kind of agree with him though. Like the reason Penta in that match, they trust him. Like and like you said, since he been there, the brother's fire. Like yeah,
He
the
might
brother's
mess
fire.
around and win. But I think
Ray
it's
Phoenix entrance is fire. I'm not
gonna lie though.
It's just the
I don't
pyro. The
understand
actual
why
song is kind of ass.
I don't know why Ludwig's not in that match.
Ludwig?
I don't know why he's not in that match. I'm gonna tell you why. Only 2 people have actually pinned Penta. Finn Balor, Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig's been in that title scene for a cool little minute now. He doesn't have bad matches. He's just bland on the mic. Pause.
How's that
You
pause?
would put him in that match, low key. If you were like a ladder match type situation.
I agree.
We talk. Oh, Lou. Okay, I was trying to remember who we were talking about. Yeah. If it was like a ladder match type of situation, yeah, I could see him being in that match.
I kind of wanted them to put Ludwig against Randy after Kevin had to recover.
I was just about to ask you.
Powerful.
I was just about to ask who you think they're gonna have Randy face because y'all had joined after that.
Aleister Black or Miro. More than likely Miro.
Yeah, Cash been saying that. Yeah, I can see that though
Miro's
because he good. Because yeah, I'm about to say he signed.
I ain't mad at Miro. The only reason I wouldn't want to see him in Miro is because he just ain't been there in so long. I feel like they have to reintroduce him properly, and I feel like the way to do that. I don't know. I feel like the way to do it is not with Randy right now. Maybe, but not.
They
If
tried to
it
do
was
it once and it worked.
I'm about to say it depends. If he a heel, if he gonna come back as a heel, then it might work. I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't think people are not gonna believe it being powerful. Like they're just not gonna believe it being as powerful because is he gonna come back? Is he gonna come back as Rusev?
Right? That's what I was just about to say. Like, is he gonna be Rusev?
No. It's gotta be Miro. It's gotta be as Miro. Like that presentation. You can't come back here and say it's Rusev Day. No, that's lame. That's ass. We're not doing that.
I think he's fine if he doesn't lose right away. Like if he were to be Randy's opponent, he would have to win and win by submission. Y'all know remember his signature.
Yeah.
Because how many people?
If it's Aleister Black, like it works because screen goes dark, lights go out. He comes from pops up from underneath the stage on some powerful shit. Yeah.
I think Aleister Black is the most.
Soda in the building.
I think Aleister was good. Soda was good, fellas. Lucci, everybody. I think Aleister Black is the best option for a surprise. Well, not like a surprise, but y'all know what I mean. Like the way that we talking about Rusev or something like that. For a person that's new, that is not new, but y'all know what I'm saying. Fresh from getting re-signed. I think Aleister Black. I think the aura that he has in terms of even the entrance. Because this is WrestleMania. I would be on your side if I probably would be on your side if it was anything but WrestleMania with Rusev because I understand why you're saying it. I do, and he's a good wrestler too, and it would be probably a good match. I just think that for the WrestleMania stage, I feel like the best thing that they could do is have Nick Aldis or Aleister Black, because Aleister Black's entrance is going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a part of the aesthetic for what they're trying to do for WrestleMania. That's going to look fire. I just think that the only reason they may not do that, what I said earlier, because I don't think y'all was in here yet, some of y'all, is that we know whoever Randy's facing at WrestleMania he's winning. So that's the only thing. Are they gonna have him just beat the shit out of Nick Aldis, or are they gonna have him beat the shit out of Aleister Black? Probably not. Miro, I just don't. Rusev, whatever he going by. He shouldn't be. He probably shouldn't be losing his first match back in WWE either.
Not
So
The only problem I have with the Nick Aldis argument, and I feel like I low key started it, but now after going back, here's the problem with Nick Aldis. More than likely, whoever they're gonna pick, the casual fans gonna know who that person is, as far as what they've done in the ring. Prior to last week, half of us didn't even know Nick Aldis wrestled.
I
Or
knew
where.
I knew that he wrestled because when
No,
he
no,
first
no.
got
I'm
signed,
saying you. I'm not saying you per se, but I'm saying like even Lucy asked, like, Nick Aldis wrestled? I'm like, yeah.
oh yeah, he
same
was the
here.
champ. He was the champ of I can't remember what he was on. He was on. Was he on
He was
TNA?
He was on TNA.
Yeah.
Him and Cody got a classic.
Yeah. He was the champ before he got signed. Yeah, Lucci. He was the champ. That's how I knew who he was, because I heard, oh, WWE about to sign Nick Aldis, so I went to go look. I was like, all right, let me go YouTube who the fuck this person is that I don't know. That's how I knew who he was when he got signed. You feel me?
I
So
feel like
when
you
feel
can
like
tell
the
just
current
by looking at him that he was probably some kind of
yeah,
athlete.
Like, Nick ain't
That
no
man is
small
not.
dude.
yeah,
Pause.
he's
He's not
not. He
built
just
like
as
a
big as
ordinary.
Randy. He just
Dude,
as
like
big as Randy, honestly.
6'5", like,
He's
yeah.
jacked and it's like
on
Pause.
SmackDown. On SmackDown.
Yo.
On SmackDown, I
Nah,
feel like they low key gave him a little pop when he
you're
Yes,
right.
Lucci. Nick Aldis was a champ somewhere. Yes.
We talking about Nick Aldis shoulder?
hey Lucci, leave me
Yeah.
yeah.
alone, bro.
But I like the
Nah,
idea
I heard
of
what he
Bad,
said too,
bro.
Lucci. I ain't gonna lie. I try not to do it, but listen, man, it's getting crazy early. Everybody has to relax. I don't know what's going
Bad, bro. I ain't mean to like that, man. Damn,
Y'all
that's
niggas
crazy.
about to be famous. Like,
Oh,
on. Nah,
y'all.
salute to Soda, man. Salute to Soda, man. He took a hit job for the team, man. I ain't even gonna lie to niggas, man. He sent himself down the river for the squad, man. We fuck with him.
Nah,
Man.
so to put it in work, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy, bro. Nigga Lucci all type, hey yo, he in here. Nah, hurry up and get home so you can talk, bro. Nah, bro.
Lucci next.
I'm about to say, Soda, you did just join too. We went like halfway through the show already. So if you want to like punch on any of the first topics, let me know. So I just asked them who you think Randy Mania opponent is.
Man, Solo. You seen what happened at the end of the SmackDown? Niggas went to the niggas
That's
didn't
gonna be
follow them
so
to the back.
underwhelming if it's Solo. But I
Man,
feel
it is
bad
what it
saying
is.
that.
I mean,
feel
it gotta
bad
be,
saying
because
that.
you're not gonna have Buster Black lose that Mania. You're not gonna have Rusev lose that Mania. So they was beefing all summer. So I mean, it makes sense. It might be
It
underwhelming,
does,
but
but
it
it's
is what it
like,
is.
yeah.
And niggas, we're not gonna act. It's WrestleMania, but we're not gonna act like every match
They
on
could
WrestleMania is
they
the
could have
greatest match
announced that
ever.
if that. No. That's not the point. If that was the case, they could have announced that Friday.
Exactly. If it was Solo, right?
Yeah, if it was Solo, they could have announced that already.
See,
That's
that's
what I
why I
was
said
thinking.
earlier in the chat, like, or I might have said it on here to Boog and Trav. They been like, I feel like it's Aleister Black only because they've been doing them vignettes and teasers for him to come back, so it would make sense that is him. But like, other than that, I did get the feel last night that they was going with Solo. But
Hey,
I agree with
Cash.
Cash too. They could have just announced that
So,
last night if that was the case.
Hey, it's funny how things work. I gotta rub it in. My bad. Just pause. I gotta rub it in though.
whoa.
I try to tell y'all. I
No,
say, yo,
pause.
Aleister Black coming
Double
back
pause.
for WrestleMania. However we got
Pause.
there is how we got there.
Pause.
Trying to punch through the pause.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you really trying to.
I had to go through. I had to speak quickly.
Soda's hilarious.
I had to speak quickly because I knew y'all niggas was gonna try to put me on a billboard. But yeah, however, look, I try to tell y'all about Jay and Gunther. I said, yo, they opening up this show. It ain't even a question. And Aleister Black, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? However we got there is how we get there. No, yeah, but I'm hoping that it is Aleister Black though, because I feel like he the closest thing that I guess to like somebody like that is kind of like a Bray Wyatt. So I'm excited to see Duke come back to WWE because I didn't get to see him when he was actually there, and I had to go
So you ain't
rewatch
fuck
it.
with
It was
Karrion
fire.
Cross?
Huh?
You don't fuck with Karrion Cross?
Nah, but Carrion not really as he not as close to how do I want to say this? Like his character isn't as
Don't got
close.
that
I
aura.
understand why you're saying that. I get it. I get it. And I actually do fuck with Karrion Cross, and I wish that he had more to do right now. I wish they gave him more to do because I feel like they're wasting him right now. And he has a lot of character. You feel me? But
His gimmick isn't spooky anymore either. It's more like a Riddler type of thing.
yeah, like I don't think it even needs to be spooky. I think it just needs to, I think what he's doing is fine. I just think that they're not letting him wrestle. Like how could anybody be invested in somebody when they're never in the ring?
Well, I know, he took a few bookings outside WWE too, so shout out to Karrion for that.
Him
Because
and
he
his
did that
wife.
fundraise for Chris Bay, for his thing, whatever, which, that was lit. They didn't even pay for that. Like, they didn't even pay wrestlers to do that. They just volunteered to do that.
Well, that's fire. That's because he was bored. He like, man, I might as well, bro. I haven't seen a ring in 3 months. Like, I might as well, let me just go in
That
the
also,
ring.
like, I don't know if y'all know who Chris Bay is, whatever. He kept, like, low-key got paralyzed at TNA.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Get well soon to him, man. He didn't start walking not too long ago. Fact.
yeah, facts. So they did, like, a little, like, fundraiser type thing, like a little match tribute. And Kerry was like, yeah, I'll do it because that's the homie. Like, y'all ain't got to pay me.
Nah, salute to that for sure. Like,
Yeah,
I fuck with that.
that alone, like, I cannot punch on Karrion Cross just off that alone.
And salute to being the only person to survive the cuts from the group, man. Salute to that shit too.
Facts. They got rid of his whole squad except for him and his wife.
I'm hoping
I mean, the
for
next match.
Nick
Go
Aldis.
ahead, Dev. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to rest the case with Nick. Nick Aldis is highest on for me personally because I think he comes out looking good, win or lose.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that. That's why he has the best. He has the best opportunity, um, in this match. Like, I mean, well, like if he has the best opportunity, if he was facing Randy Orton, because he could lose and it doesn't hurt him at all. It might make Randy go, you know what, I really respect you. And then the other wrestlers, like I was saying earlier, I'm like, yo, like they could do it so that they can make Nick Aldis look like the scary GM, and they can make Adam Pearce look like the bitch. And now the wrestler is gonna be conflicted between either GM. So now when the draft comes, it's something more
Well,
to look
Adam
forward
already
to.
looks like that.
Yeah. It kind of do. It kind of do. You're right. But it just
Like,
adds.
niggas
It adds
trying to make
more
all this
to it,
like that.
huh?
Niggas don't be trying to make all this like that.
Yeah, that's low key true. But that just makes it better though, because now if you go in the ring with Randy in a 1 week notice, he could say like that could be a part of his like stick now. Like yeah, like nigga, I went in the ring with Randy,
That
and
would
1 week
add
notice and had a banger
that would
with him.
add a whole another element to his character, and it's
Yeah.
welcome. It's really welcome.
So we all pretty much kind of in agreement with that. That's why if I'm Triple H, he needs to pull the trigger. Fuck it, like let's have fun. The WrestleMania buildup already has not been fun for the most part. So let's make
For
it
some people.
more fun. You might as well. They can really make Nick Aldis like Triple H Jr. Like they can really make him like that when it comes to that GM role or the person who's the authority figure. Like I was saying earlier, like they can really make him do that because Triple H can't do it anymore. And honestly, The Rock ain't gonna be able to do it. So we need somebody like that. Honestly, and he fits the mold
Like
to
an
do that.
authority figure. Yeah.
Yeah,
And in his prime, he was a heel in his prime. I don't
yeah,
know if I would
And you
want to
got
see
Mickey
him.
James.
That's
facts.
Yeah,
that
let's
And
shout out to that too.
yeah, fact. And look. Now the more that I'm even thinking about it, I think that that's the obvious decision because
Randy
if
Orton
y'all,
even
if he had
mentioned it the other day.
huh?
Randy Orton mentioned his wife.
Yeah,
If you
he
were
did. He
tuned
mentioned that. Yeah, I might have had to swing. I ain't gonna lie. I might have
in,
had to
yeah,
swing if I was Nikki.
I would have went off. I would have went off script.
Yeah,
Everyone else been doing it.
I'd have talked about Randy's wife. Your wife? Never mind. It's cool. Never mind. Randall. Never mind.
Randall
But
Keith
Randall
Orton.
is
Randall
crazy.
Keith.
See, we already writing a better show because Nick could have easily went there with Orton if they talking
It's
about why.
facts. It's facts. It was a snooze fest last night. I promise we could have came up with a better show than that shit last night.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
so
can
hold on.
even imagine Nick and Randy as tag team partners in the future because we know Randy's going heel in the next year. So imagine us getting something like that because I feel like we're gonna get. The only reason I'm saying that is because I feel like we're still gonna get a very I feel like we're gonna get a tag team that is gonna give us nostalgia, like when we saw Triple H and Shawn. You know what I'm saying? There hasn't really been anybody like that. Maybe Sammy and KO, but it's levels to it. That's why I was months before I was saying like, yo, I remember I don't know if y'all remember me asking y'all like, do y'all think that Roman and Seth will ever team back up with each other? Probably not. But just off the sake of legendary tag teams and actually going on a run for a little bit, I feel like I'm just throwing shit at the wall. But I'm like, yo, that would be crazy. So I don't know. I could see them working together. I could see Nick and Drew. I could see Nick and whoever. Like I guess he seemed like
I can see Nick and Drew absolutely.
I
And if
can
we
see
really
Seth
want to
and
make it
Roman
fun,
occasionally,
I mean
not
Drew and
for a
Sheamus.
run. Seth and
say that.
Roman would be an occasion, like a special occasion. They probably wouldn't
Yeah,
go on a long run, but they would team up because they have chemistry. So it's
yeah.
only a matter of time.
That would be kind of fire. But also Nick Aldis with the Cody thing. That's why him doing this would be perfect because then he could start doing that Triple H with Daniel Bryan or Triple H, like you know how Triple H was just running Triple H with Seth, like whatever the case may be, he could really be that next person that really enforces stuff for The Rock with Cody. You know what I'm saying? Just to push the story along for another few years because now he the GM, he the authority figure. Anytime Cody Rhodes get to the top, he gonna be there to put somebody in his way, or he'll get in his way. Maybe they'll eventually have a WrestleMania match. It's so much that you could do with pulling this one trigger right here. If they don't pull this trigger right here, it's not going to make sense in the future to just have them wrestle out of nowhere. This is the perfect time to do it. Just to plant the
Long
seed for
term
the future.
booking at its finest.
Yeah.
They'll still have Wade Barrett too on the bench if they.
Niggas got all about Wade Bear. Like Wade can still wrestle.
He can still talk too. I don't know if he can still wrestle.
I've got some bad news for you, brother.
I say we could punch through the next match real easy. Like it's real quick. It was Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green. Yeah, another smoker.
I ain't gonna lie. This be in advance. This is gonna be the first time and the only time I'm gonna ever say anything negative about Zelina Vega. But it won't be right now. It'll be later on this episode.
Respect.
But
And I don't want to do it, but fuck.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. I feel where it's headed. Trust me, like it's some shit. It's man. We'll save it.
To discredit Hunter, I think it's really hard. You got to go out of your way to make Chelsea Green of all people look bad. Mm-hmm. She makes everything look good. You got to work hard to make Chelsea look bad.
Dang, you saying Zelina made her look bad?
No, Hunter, the booking. What was that? You know? And the fact that she's not on Mania yet, that's crazy.
And not going to be. Take that in. Yeah, and not going to be. That's the craziest part. Like,
congratulations. You'll be part of the Met Young Classic on Friday.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got your IC champ in a tag team match for the tag team title. So, like, I guess, man.
I mean, look, like you know what, bro? Like, I was gonna let y'all cook, bro. I can't, bro. Chelsea Green not that fire in the ring, bro. She ass. Like, let's just really keep it. Her character is good. She's mid in the ring, bro. Y'all can't be serious. She's not mid in the ring.
No, wait. Before we even get there, let's finish this show because there's a topic just for this.
Right, facts, Trav. I promise. All
right.
So the next thing, I know the next one is a potential go left situation, right? So listen, I know Boog want to punch. Trav is definitely gonna punch. But next we had the Cody promo with the belts, man. Talk to me.
That shit was ass. Moving on.
Cool presentation. We didn't need this promo.
Stop it, Cash.
No, listen,
it was a cool concept, but
I say cool presentation. I meant as far as having all the belts.
Having all the belts. Nah, that was kind of fire though.
Yeah, the concept
See,
was cool.
You punched on me. You didn't let me get you didn't let me land, bro. Dang.
Nah, that.
God, focus want to argue with me so bad.
Hey man, you feel me? Gotta live in the case.
Cool presentation. I did not need this promo. Like,
there we go. There we go.
I'm
not gonna lie.
They need it.
That's been
want to see the match even more. It It
That
did
spinner
nothing.
belt was definitely way uglier than I remember it being. That shit was terrible last night. I was confused. I was like, wait, that's the belt? What the fuck?
That's the one.
Nah, that wasn't the belt you remember. That was something else.
Yes.
It had to be because that
Wait,
shit
which
looked like
one?
Roblox.
Nah, because I thought the spinner belt, I thought it had, well, don't ask me, because I was always the person that was confused with some of the belts and how they look. But I thought the spinner belt had something in between the W logo in the middle. I thought it had something in between the little diamonds. I thought it was like something white or something. I can't remember, but yeah.
That's
nah.
it. That's the belt. The belt Cena made famous, and the belt that a lot of people hated.
Look, man.
I don't see how that belt doesn't grow on you.
Yeah,
Oh,
like I don't really mind it that much,
You
but
know
I
what?
get it.
When I look at that belt, you know what movie I think of automatically?
Man, I just thought that was a replica last night. That's all.
Malibu's
I
Most
didn't think that
Wanted.
was it.
Nah, that shit looked like it was
I can
glistening, Nico.
understand.
They might have sprayed some shiner on it to make it look like it was glistening, but it looked like it was. I was looking at the belt. I said, "Yo, that don't look kind of expensive." I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that belt was in that Malibu's Most Wanted like era where like everything had to have like bling and spin and shit for no reason. Which is weird though because I like the US belt Cena had, and it also did the exact same thing. But I like that one more than this belt.
the current U.S. belt.
No. The Cena Spinner US
No, the
belt.
spinner belts.
Gotcha.
Because that
I
belt was like,
only
okay,
thought like
type shit.
to me the spinner belt only got weird once it got to Edge. I'm not gonna lie, because even
Yeah,
when it
because they
was
put the
like when
R,
CM,
the rated R, the R spun, and
yeah, it was just
yeah.
weird. Like, because even
It
CM
wasn't
Punk,
even.
like, it
H.
was all right
It
with.
wasn't even
Nah,
gold.
when Triple H got that shit,
This one was
And
ugly.
Triple
Yeah,
H
that
just looked
too.
weird
Yeah,
wearing it.
Triple H
yeah,
was like out of pocket with that belt.
yeah. That's a fact. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot Triple H had that shit too. Damn.
He
Yeah,
did
like
look like
what?
a midlife crisis wrestler trying to wear that belt.
And then Rock got it and immediately like trashed it and came out with another belt.
I heard Cash say he didn't really need the promo. How did y'all feel about the promo, man?
Can it?
Yeah, we could have got a wrestling match instead on this one.
Facts.
So
Not needed, man. He's
very
still
replaceable.
picking up John Cena in the promo. It's like,
I did not need this. Like
It could have been one of
put
those promos.
Carmelo Hayes on TV.
Yeah, do that. He could have did that. It could have been one of those things that wrestlers do on their phones in their backyard.
This
He
could
could
have
have
been
had all the
Instagram.
belts propped up. Mm-hmm. Could have been on speed.
like literally cut do a vignette, man. Something.
A vignette with this would have been powerful. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Go to a location. That's what I hate about WWE. They have movie like production, Paramount Films type production. They don't use it.
That would just in Atlanta, like have all at the power plant, where Dusty made famous, and have all these belts lined up and stuff. Yeah. Sorry, Codus. This did not. Yeah.
That's why we need a heel Nick Aldis so we can cut that shit off.
My thing is, bro, like, what if I was to ask y'all? And I mean, I really don't because we seem like we all in agreement. But just to add more to it, like, if I were to ask y'all, what did that promo mean for y'all?
Nothing.
Exactly. So why did
This
they
is
have this
me
man
being
go out there?
unbiased, people. Yes, this is
Cody
me punching on Cody.
clearly
Yes, this
Cody
does happen.
believes in himself. He has adrenaline running through his soul. Whoa. That's what
I'm saying, bro. Like,
Like, I wonder whose idea was this?
seriously, it was that should have
That's the
happened.
question.
But
The words of Colin Thompson, who booked this shit?
yeah,
he
no,
didn't do himself any favors by the first thing he said was, "I'm not gonna respond to Cena."
to Cena, and then
Now
say,
we
But
don't.
you're
Now we
responding
don't
to
care.
Cena.
Now we don't care. Thanks, Cody.
like,
Yep.
what?
That went well like a fart in church.
That's why this whole thing is still kind of weird for me, right? Like, I know Cena rocks with Cody outside of wrestling, but it makes me wonder, and I know I'm probably crazy for even wondering if they really did have like some negative discourse that really made Cena go like, you know what? I am going to take the title. Fuck it, because Cena could have. I feel like with the way they be acting with Cody, like I feel like y'all get what I'm saying. Like Cody,
Now you can say it. You can say
he
it.
rocked,
Say it.
Is
he
it that
rocked
you think?
Cody, so I feel like he would have said, "Nah, Cody, you win because we trying to push you." But Cena's gonna win, so it's like it's like he imagine their conversation. Like, yeah, like I think I should win for real. That is really heelish in real life, like not kayfabe.
I'm
Like to
not
look
gonna
at
lie.
Cody, huh?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where Cody was when he did this interview, but he did say the nigga John Cena kind of said what he's saying in his promos backstage to him. He said he told me I'm a make believe champion type of shit. Like that's just what it is. And he said I just looked at him and that was it.
If we are thinking in real life circumstances, I don't think John Cena actually wants that belt. I think Hunter wants him to have the belt.
But
Just for
but the type of person that John is, that doesn't even matter. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. 'Cause I think what you're saying is 100% right. But
I don't think he wants the belt that badly.
I think, I think he do. I think he's saying, you know what, I do deserve. Yo, that's what I like. I can't see Hunter saying nah to John out of all people. I
Right.
don't even say out of all people, but for him being one of the people like him, Punk. You know what I'm saying? That's why we know Punk. I said months ago, yo, Punk, there's no way he's gonna sign with The Rock and sell his soul because that doesn't fit with his actual character of what he grew of his whole entire character from the moment he stepped into WWE. It just doesn't make sense at all. Even with John Cena, it kind of does make sense a little bit more than it. So I think certain things make sense with people's character, whatever the case may be, bro. I don't think that Hunter saying to John Cena, "Nah, I want you to have the belt that bad," and John Cena's just gonna be like, "Okay." I think he'll be like, "Nah, like, bro, nah, I'm good," because they probably, yo, I want you to beat this person. I want you to beat Austin. I want you to beat Solo. I want you to, nah, we need you to lose. We need you to get destroyed by Solo. We need you to lose to Austin Theory. I just think that it's certain things that John Cena volunteered, like, you know what, I'll lose, but watch this. When I do lose, this is what's gonna happen to him. And when I do lose to this person, this is gonna happen to him. But just remember, I'm telling y'all this. But with Cody, it's like, yeah, you know what, I will take the belt. That just seems so odd to me, bro. That's different than what John Cena would do. I just think it's kind of funny. So I
To your
don't know.
Or
point,
maybe it's just like I'm about to say, or maybe it's just like I did all of these favors for y'all, and it's my last WrestleMania. Like I think I should win this match. Honestly, like that's just what this is.
And that's what I mean, is that kind of heelish in real life.
You know
Nah,
what the great
facts. I
thing
agree.
about all these different theories is? In 1 week's time, we're all either going to be proven right or wrong.
Yeah. I don't
Cash, you
think.
just reminded me. I gotta say I was wrong about something, man. This is what we do when we come up here and we say we you know what I'm saying, we make bold predictions, we gotta say we wrong. I was wrong about saying CM Punk his WrestleMania main event was the Netflix debut, man, because he clearly got his WrestleMania main event. So I'm gonna apologize to Hunter and them for that, man.
That's true. I can see why. I mean, yeah.
I didn't know
Nah,
you said that, so that's big of you to do that.
Hunter is the last person that deserves an apology from you.
Nah, facts. Once we get past this topic, no apologies, nigga. Fuck up.
I will see color, brother.
Oh, okay. This is right after we had Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez. I'm not like, am I the only one confused about what's going on with Roxanne?
She's
bro,
main roster, but she
why?
ain't main roster.
Why? I hate Triple H. I'm mad at him again. Honestly, I don't fuck with him no more. I just thought about it. Why would they have this match a week before? This is like when they booked Jay versus Gunther. The week before the Royal Rumble. What are we doing? Why would you book the NXT, or she's not the champ anymore, right? Or is she still the champ?
Nah, she's not
Yeah,
the champ now.
why would you book probably the number one prospect right now in NXT, top two, against Tiffany Stratton, the champ, who has to fight Charlotte Flair the week after, and then make the match so competitive to the point we don't even believe if she beats Charlotte. There's no way she's gonna beat Charlotte Flair. There's no way. There's no way. What did I?
So you know what?
Wait. Roxanne is the one of the top two prospect of NXT.
Trash. I'll do you one better.
Am I tripping? Roxanne Perez is one of those, right?
Yeah.
Trap. I got a better one for you. I got a better one. Why book Roxanne Perez in this match 1 week before Stand and Deliver against the women's champion when she's not even currently booked on Stand and Deliver card?
But this is the thing, right? Even that makes more sense than having her booked against Tiffany, because at least you making her. She's the only one that what you're saying is right. But she low-key comes out of it looking better than Tiffany does, because she's about to go against the NXT champ. So if she could win, now it looks more possible.
No, she's not going against the champ. Like, she's not even in the match for the North American title. So that's what they're currently trying to book right now.
Yeah, so I'm confused. That none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense then.
Well, I think the positives we get out of this is putting these two in a competitive match. Almost.
That's your future. You're going to see them a lot over the next 10 years.
We're doing the future match a week before WrestleMania. Right now, my future is WrestleMania 41. That's my future right now. If I'm Tiffany, that's my future. My future has nothing to do with
it can
NXT.
Still be that future match. Like, they did set them up as like the top 3.
I hate that.
With Tiff as champion, Charlotte as the Rumble winner, and Rox as the runner-up. And not everybody. It's a lot similar to Dragunov getting pinned by Jay during that King of the Ring programs, if anyone remembers, like, the outrage that Jay pinning Dragunov got. Everybody has to lose, you know? Like, we didn't, if it ended in a DQ, we'd be more mad, you know? And these are the two people that are best showcased together, you know? And there's history between them, which is important. That's good to show on the road to Mania. And it's positive. It shows how much faith they have in Rox for her to bounce between brands. She's been on Netflix, SmackDown, and NXT. Even if she's losing, she's getting showcased really well. And she's still the runner-up to Charlotte, which is a big deal. I think she should have won the Rumble. But I think this is all positive long-term for Roxanne than negative. I think there's more positives than negatives for Roxanne. More negative for Tiffany, maybe.
Right. That's the problem. That right there is the problem. It's negative for Tiffany, and right now it's like, out of all the people that you are not trying to add more negatives to, it's her, and they're adding more. It's like it's intentional almost at this point. It makes me wonder, is this what people are talking about when they say that Charlotte sabotages everything? Because I feel like this match wasn't booked last week or 2 weeks ago. This just got booked all of a sudden. So it makes me think, all right, bet. She said that about this. I need her in a match like this so I could attack. She attacked Tiffany. Just think about this. She attacked Tiffany during or before SmackDown, and then attacked her again during SmackDown. Like, just think about this. I see what's going on. Are they really behind Charlotte Flair this much that they're gonna sabotage somebody else this much? So you have her get attacked during SmackDown or before SmackDown, then during SmackDown, and then you have the same girl that's getting attacked during SmackDown fighting against somebody from NXT in a competitive match. It looks like they sabotage it. Oh yeah, because right as soon as you lose this belt, we sending you right back there. That's what it looks like. I hate that.
I think it's just standard for Charlotte to generate more heat for her to attack Tiffany. So she's for her to be clearly booed, and for Tiffany to look like the under. I think they want to make Tiffany out to be the underdog, and Charlotte.
It doesn't fit Tiffany though.
It doesn't fix it.
It doesn't fit Tiffany. Like, Tiffany's a natural heel. The problem is that Charlotte is still hateable. I would rather hate Charlotte than boo Tiffany. That's what this really boils down to.
No, man. I don't hear that shit.
Seriously,
I'm watching battle rap. I don't got time.
I see Tiffany as being like a tweener.
You told me. Stop bringing this fucking check. Start texting. You niggas is trolls. I'm about to D&D this shit the rest of the day. Yo, I got 2 phones. I'm like, yo.
Oh, they still ain't did not one battle yet? So nobody's battle. That's crazy.
Wait, what happened? What happened, Bug? I missed
No, my
what?
fault. The other niggas called me on my niggas called me on my other phone trying like.
It's the main event of SmackDown, man. Because of the segment to start the show, we got LA Knight and Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. And I mean,
I fell asleep during this match. So.
Ew. That's an ankle
I
sprain.
saw the middle and the finish of this match.
You said
This is an ankle sprain. That's all that is.
It wasn't that bad. It was cool. It was a standard tag match. It was cool.
Yeah, standard SmackDown tag match.
It was good to see Solo work again. Like, he hasn't really lost a step. He was cooking. He was getting a lot of offense on.
Again, I ain't mad at Solo and Orton. Me, I ain't mad at it. I'm a Solo guy though, so
yeah.
I didn't expect this SmackDown to be powerful, and it wasn't apparently. I don't expect the go home episode of SmackDown to be powerful. To be perfectly honest with you, that's right before Mania and all that shit.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. Dwayne gonna come back on next Friday, and it's gonna be too late, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
he gotta do it Monday.
You say you're gonna do it on Monday? I don't think so.
He's gotta do it Monday. Friday's too late. He's gotta do it Monday.
I'm not mad. I understand exactly why you're saying that. I just don't think that's. I understand why you're saying that. I wish he would do it on Monday. I wish he would have did it today. I mean, well, yesterday. I wish he would have did it on Monday last week. I wish he, bro. Like, it's cool, man. Because I really fuck with The Rock, but like, I mean, you know.
So let's ask the question: what we doing if he don't pull back up? Not even at WrestleMania.
think Trap. I think you're understanding what my initial argument with The Rock is.
I get it. I get it. I get your argument with it. It's just that I was on the opposite side. Like, it's like I agree, but I'm on the opposite side with my agreements. If that makes a little bit of sense, I know I probably don't, but like I agree with what you're saying, but I'm on the opposite side because for me to fully agree with what you're saying, I don't need to see him again. But
and my thing was that if you're gonna like hype this up and then do what you did at Elimination Chamber, we kind of do need to see you before Mania.
Low key,
get some context.
Facts.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. I feel like he's gonna show up on Friday. Friday's the longer show. They're gonna do that last minute announcement thing. They probably gonna do. I don't know, bro. It's just like, bro, like. I feel like they're gonna do. I don't know, bro. I still think.
Y'all seen that post with The Rock? He like had the new
remember
Japan
Cena
shirt on.
is in the building Friday.
The Rubik's
Yeah,
Cube.
that's why I'm saying that. That's why I think The Rock gonna pull up because Cena is gonna be there on Friday, which is he hasn't been there on a Friday yet. He's only been there on Monday Night Raws, and you know The Rock he like showing up on Fridays. So that's the only thing I'm going off of. He showed up a lot. Last year he showed up a lot more Fridays than Mondays. It seemed like that's what it felt like at least. But Roman was the champ still, so obviously he would. Roman is, you know what I mean. So, this is. I'm sorry. I just want to say one more thing about Cody too. My fault, bro. Bro, like I'll be trying to enjoy him as a champ, bro. Like, I mean, he literally. I don't want to sound like a hater, bro. He really killed SmackDown, bro. Like, he killed it. Now, yes, they added an hour to it, but bro, like last year, imagine if they said, "Yo, we're gonna add an hour to SmackDown while Roman was the champ." We know, it's gonna be more segments that's gonna cook. Ever since Cody been the champ, bro, SmackDown been horrible, bro. And the only reason I'm saying that is because yesterday I'm looking like, bro, Cody ain't been on SmackDown in a couple of weeks. Technically, he really is the champ. He's the champ. Like, I know we don't do SmackDown brand and Raw brand as separate champs, but if there was like that title that's on somebody, he's technically the SmackDown champ, even though he's the most prestigious.
Exactly what he is.
Huh?
Exactly what he is. He's SmackDown champ. Yeah.
So, and SmackDown been horrible. Like
Else hadn't
when
been on
Roman was the champ, SmackDown was fire a lot of times. Now sometimes it wasn't. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that every episode is fire, but ever since he's had the title, bro, SmackDown has been bad, bro. And then they added another hour to it, and it's still been bad. And then sometimes he don't even show up on Friday; he show up more on Monday. It's like,
See, but I don't blame Cody for that. I blame booking for those reasons.
nah, I blame booking for that too. But I just think that's why this like his title run. It seems like it's just cool. It's just whatever. It's not as meaningful as it should have meant. Beating Roman, it's not as meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Like it just looked weak, bro. They don't even barely have Roman on the show. You supposed to take that star power that Roman had, take that and make it your own now. He left. They don't even have him on the show no more. He don't even be around. Roman don't even be around. They can't even have him on the show because people are gonna go too crazy. So they said, you know what? Just go away. And it's still bad. So I don't know, bro. I just think that makes it look worse on that. I think that makes it look bad on Cody. Because I wish SmackDown was good. Like, bro, that should be mid, bro. It'd be mid.
Been good.
Yeah,
Huh?
I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong. I just feel like there's way more people put that blame on than Cody. Why SmackDown's ass?
I'm not necessarily blaming him. I'm just saying that.
SmackDown's been ass since the draft.
And that was that. And who had the belt when the draft was there?
I get what you're saying.
You know what
However,
I'm saying?
that's not Cody's fault, though.
I think partially it is because this is my
So
thing,
Cody
bro.
decides who gets drafted to SmackDown.
Huh?
So Cody decides who gets drafted to SmackDown.
No,
Cody's
but he
in
has
control over the writing and the creative process for SmackDown.
but he has the belt though. You
I
have some
get
say
what you're
so.
saying because you were the champ. Some of it, a certain degree of it falls on you. That's like being the quarterback of an NFL team. If they
Yeah,
lose, they look at the quarterback. I get what you're
yeah.
saying. You're not wrong in that.
That's a good way of saying it. Actually, yeah.
Right. You're not wrong in saying that. It's not. My thing is, a bigger part of the blame falls on Triple H, Road Dogg, and the entire creative process of SmackDown.
Yeah, the coach. All right, so the coach, the GM, and the owner they get the blame too. They get the blame too. At the end of the day, though, when it comes to the resume, though, on paper of what people are watching, the fans, this is a gladiator ring, right? Let's say there's a lot of people pulling the strings outside of the gladiator ring. But once
Right.
the fans are in the seats, we see what's in front of us. So yeah, you right too. It is a lot on the GMs, the Triple H's, the whatever the case may be. Whereas to compare it to football or whatever sport, the GM and the owner. You're right, but unfortunately, that's why it makes it look bad for Cody because you're the person that is the fourth. You're the icon now. So even though these other people are messing it up, you got to make something happen with that. And I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like a lot of other champions, well, not a lot of them, but the most prestigious champions, they made something out of it, even when the booking was bad.
You don't believe Cody's doing the best he could do with what he's been
No,
given?
He
I
can
don't
with
think he's
what
doing the
is
best he could
available.
do.
I do think that.
So I got a question. I got a follow up.
I think Cody is settling because he knows that he's the champ and he's the biggest babyface. So he's settling into the biggest babyface role rather than making the fans still believe that.
You think
He's
he's
not
phoning
doing
it
anything to make people believe that. He's just fitting in with that role.
in? Right. Y'all think he phoned it in?
He just bro, he just I'm gonna go out there and do what I'm supposed to do with my babyface stick. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that you add to things. Even for example, when CM Punk goes out there, CM Punk, we can tell every time he does a promo, he's not just doing a babyface stick. He's adding himself a lot. I don't know how to really explain it. He's adding a lot more character
I
in
see what you're saying.
to make it more entertaining for us. So
You
even if
think
the segment is
Cody
bad,
Rhodes is being too robotic? He's not putting his character into these segments. That's why they're so boring.
yeah,
It's
like
robotic.
it's just like what John Cena was. That's why when John Cena said to him, "You just come out here and you do what you feel like." I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically that, like you're too like
Too
I
like
gotta
he pretty much called him a politician. That's what he did. He's like, you're a
like I gotta
politician. Like,
yeah, we can see through all of that. I need you to be Wilson Fisk sometimes. I need you
Okay,
to be that.
so can I ask a counter question?
Go
And I'm
ahead,
not
yeah.
saying you're wrong,
Not
but
talk
if
to me.
that's the case, and what you're saying is correct, and a lot of it, and some of it is, there's definitely mega truth to that. If that's the case, us being the fans that we are now in this day and age, wouldn't the majority of fans have turned on Cody already? If that was the case,
No, I don't think so. Um, I see what you're saying, but
because we've done it with everyone else. We've done it to Cena at
yeah,
nauseum.
but it took years for that. But this is my thing. Here's my rebuttal to what you're saying, though. Right? I understand what you're saying. Here goes the thing. Right? Here goes the difference. There's no way anybody in this chat right now, and I don't even have to ask, but y'all tell me if I'm tripping. There's no way we see Cody going on a run like John Cena did as of right now. The way things are looking, there's no way.
Which John Cena run?
Let's say up until the fans really turned on him. I don't see
I
it
mean,
with
like
Cody.
post RVD, like one night stand,
Yeah,
like
of course,
right before that.
yeah, definitely post RVD. I'm talking about like CM Punk era, that whole Batista era, that whole Randy era, that Cena. Like I don't see Cody going on that type of run, bro. I don't see it. I see the fans turning on him way sooner. Because the
Nah, he
fans
can do that. He can do
huh?
it. That's doable. That's a doable one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like yeah, that's not outside of yeah. That's like probably 55-45. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Well, are y'all saying like that they're gonna turn on him? Or y'all saying that he's gonna have that run?
I think he'll
that
have
he
that.
could have had that kind of run.
Oh
Having
no,
that.
I don't think so.
You know, I think it could
I
be
don't think so.
50-50. They I don't think what you're saying is really much of a leap. They could have turned that on him within the next year or two. But what Cena did, Cody can replicate that. I think he's already done that and then some with these international, especially after that first international program with AJ. But it might
Yeah,
be
a
too
lot of folks
soon to
don't
tell.
talk about it. Cody put up numbers overseas, numbers.
Here's my rebuttal. Right.
Okay,
It's very simple too. People thought Cody was gonna side with The Rock. That tells us all. That tells me all I need to know about the future.
I didn't think that.
That's just
No,
fan booking.
people,
I wouldn't
people,
use that as
people kind of people weren't gonna be. Come on, y'all gonna make me do this. I don't want to say people weren't gonna be upset about it, but that excitement was there for him to turn and be. That possibility was basically what I'm saying. The possibility was there.
I
Whereas,
think people just more excited to see The Rock more opposed to that. If I'm being honest.
that's separate.
No,
That's separate.
here's the reason why I say that. Nick, like, and you can attest to this. When they first announced Rock would show up in New Orleans, niggas lost their damn minds.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't, of course, but that's for totally different reasons. And then afterwards, it was like the promo doesn't really make much sense. You want this man's soul, but we're not going to punch on it because it's The Rock. Those weren't
Okay.
really like what a lot of folks saying. Oh, okay, well, Cody joins The Rock. That'd be
Cash,
cool. Like,
that's my problem, no Cash. I gotta stop you, brother. I gotta stop. That's my problem, bro. Not my problem, but that's my thing. That's my point, bro. The excitement. This is what I'm trying to say. Think about what you just said, right? Because what you're saying is
mhm.
right. Now look, the fans. That excitement was more so there because of the possibility that Cody and The Rock could have something going on, or he could possibly side with The Rock too. Whatever the case may be, that excitement was there. I'm saying that if that happened with Cena, people would have been booing The Rock. I think that's what I think. If that happened when Cena was, let's just go back to when I guess
That's
let's
a big
say
ass what if.
it is a what if. It is a big what if, and I guess we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just don't, bro. Think about when Cena and The Rock had they situation, and Cena had came in the ring and did all his little improvisations with The Rock and how much it hit with the fans. That's
can
what I
no one ever
mean by
talk to Rock like that.
taking
Yeah.
control of a situation and as the babyface, not just being up to par. Take control of the situation and you make it something special. That's part of you being. That's when you a star. You are the glow. You feel me? Everything surrounding you shines off of what you produce. You feel me? That's what a star does. You feel me? So if you are the star in this situation, we can blame booking, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of Vince. I mean, Vince McMahon used to be the damn. We know what Vince used to do, but people that are prestigious, the way that we know them, they made us still appreciate and like a lot of their segments just based off of their character and what they was able to go do inside the ring, promo wise, inside the ring, wrestling wise, whatever the case may be. It seemed like he just like, oh yeah, I'm the biggest baby face, and I'm cool, like I'm good now, yo. And another thing I don't like when he be saying, bro, like, yo, when he be like, yeah, I don't know myself, bruh. That's not. I feel like that's not a babyface thing to say. You're supposed to know who you are. You 30 something years old. You're supposed to know who you are. You the champ. Like that's not a heel thing to say. Yeah, I do know myself. Especially if you're talking to fans and if you want them to if you want to be the motivational speaker that you come out there and are every week. How are you telling me? How are you telling me as a fan, or a kid as a fan, or a teenager as a fan, or a girl as a fan, or a male, or anybody that's watching? Yo, I don't even know myself. Well, so how am I supposed to know you then? So what am I watching you for? You feel me? Like, y'all get what I'm saying, bro? It's a part of your
Yeah.
characters. Even the stuff
I
that you
think
say.
I think this is all valid, and but I think you just at this point you just don't like Cody.
Nah,
Because I
man.
think no, because what a lot of these criticisms that you have, I think, and
That's
the average,
weird.
the casual viewer could add these things, these criticism, add layers to them. I don't know who I am. Is different than the people that got tired of John Cena. He was so one dimensional and cookie cutter. You can't see me, 5 moves of doom.
Yeah.
He he's almost in spite. Like his character is like this in spite of characters like Cena. So while you like there are the icons that survive Vince, but we should remember Vince was a genius. He's scum, but he was still a genius in his own way. You know, he
Yeah.
was a bad booker. I think Hunter is just we low key overhype Hunter because
I mean,
he
I'm gonna
he
say
rode
his.
the coattails. He rode the coattails off the bloodline. So he's not like lately. He's
Yeah,
just
that's
not.
true.
He's not that good. He knows how to book a match, but the company he's not that good.
But that's what
So
I
I
would say his
I
first two
think
years.
Cody will because he's over and he's gonna stay over to the casual viewers, right? It's just us that might think he's lazy, but the casuals, they're he's over with the casuals, and I think it'll take a long time for him. But I think it's fair in you saying he's not as cool as some other bigger champions like Cena, Austin, Rock,
Yeah.
the era guys.
I
But
think that. Go ahead, my
he's
fault.
been given. I think you Loki just aren't fond of him anymore, and that segment gave you a bad impression.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think he's doing the best with what he's given, like overall.
I think that's just the easy. See, I feel what you're saying. I just think that one statement, bro. Like when people say that, you're not the
About
only
you
person that
hating
said
Cody?
that.
I told you that.
That's what I was about to say. You're not even the only person that said that. I was just about to say, Cash, you done said the same thing to me before, but I just don't think it's just. I don't think he's doing the best of what he's given with because we don't give that excuse to all the other champs that we look at the way we look at them. We don't look at the Stone Colds and the Rocks and say, well, they did the best with
Right.
what,
That's
what they got.
different. That's
I
a
got.
whole different era, and everybody was cooking in the Attitude Era. So that's not
Yeah,
even
but I
a
mean,
criticism.
there's a lot of great people right now. I mean, look at Cody even said some of the names yesterday. He didn't even name another five that I thought of. I'm like, he ain't named Roman. That's funny. You feel me? He ain't named Bianca Belair. That's funny. He named like 12 names yesterday. That's all of. They're all great. They're all great. They could all be the champ at any time. You
I
feel me?
think
And they could be
in
fired.
the past had the luxury of fans not being so much in the know and fans not being as in tune and smart about more of these things. Right?
Yeah, maybe that's true.
More oblivious. I think they're more oblivious fans without the internet. So
That's
I
a good
think
point.
Cody has to compete with like us. Cody has to compete with people that lose interest faster.
Yeah, that's
So
that's a very good point.
Y'all
That's a
current
good point.
fans got ADHD. Like you can't keep their attention for shit.
no, I
Hey
ain't saying.
man. Hey man, look, when that bloodline situation was going on, and even that, you saying that Triple H was riding the coattails off the bloodline storyline, even that, like if if Triple H is not a good booker, then how would he be able to ride the coattails off of? I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm just trying to like see where I'm going. If he's such a bad booker, then how is that story able to go as long as it did, even when he became the guy who was running shit? You know
One
Triple H
why?
got
name.
wrong.
But
Triple
Paul
I'm
H
gonna
Heyman.
tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why though. I'm gonna
shouldn't
tell
have
y'all
been that.
why. It wasn't because Triple H is a great booker. It's because Roman and the character and Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Solo, Paul Heyman, all of them, they were able to make it still compelling for people that the story told itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need Triple H to book the most intricate thing because our story is gonna tell itself. It's a family bloodline, and we running shit, and eventually we're gonna have our own conflict like a family does, and we're gonna start going through it with ourselves. That's just what it is. And they made it. That sounds simple on paper. We could all write that, but what they was able to do with it because of the characters that were involved is what made it special. Cody, what you do with it with what you're given is what makes you special. Being able to excel because of what you're given with doesn't make you special, but what you're able to do with it is what makes you special. You know what I'm saying? So you got to add layers to it yourself. You got to add layers to your own character. You got to look in the mirror and self-reflect and be like, all right, I'm a baby face. How can I make myself seem like more intense or more this or more that to make it more believable, to make this, to make that? And it seems like he don't do that work at home. It's like this is my character, and like he acts like he don't know himself. Like I'm not really sure of myself, but I'm the champ now, so I'm cool with that. Like he's telling us to. I get what you're saying. Like maybe if fans, whatever the case may be, they're not looking at it in certain ways. But I feel like I'm saying the things that people aren't able to say. They don't know why they don't really like it that much. They just But I feel like these things that I'm saying are really the reason why. It's just people want to like Cody so much, and I get it because I want to like Cody too. I do. Like I don't be wanting to critique Cody, but I be having to because it's really boring. And the critiques that I have is a lot of proof behind it. It's really boring with him as a champ. And it went from being lit to being boring. And they gave you an extra hour. You're not even on SmackDown that much. So where are you at? The same person that was complaining about Roman not being there. Cody, you don't be there a lot now too. You feel me? So it's like, bro, like he ain't wrestled in how long? You feel what I'm saying? Like the dude ain't wrestled in a long time. You feel me?
Yeah, I
That
don't
promo
even.
yesterday was mid. It's just certain things like I don't want to come off like I'm always trying to critique him because I don't like him. I don't want to always come off like that. I see how I come off, but I'm really saying real bias aside. This is a real truth. This is why it like I can't see him being prestigious the way that we have a John Cena, a Roman, a CM Punk. It's just a Randy. Even Randy, it just levels to certain things that Cody is the spotlight that he's been given. He should be on those levels, and it's like he's not. And it's not like he's a younger champion who's still learning. He knows what he's supposed to do now, and he's 30 something years old. Like he know it's not like he's younger and he like Carmelo Hayes and he's still learning the ropes. Nah, you done been in the company for 12, 13 years. You left. You opened your own new company. You was the champ over there. You ran shit over there. Now you came back to WWE. You
He
got the
was
biggest
not champ
spotlight.
over there.
I mean, not you.
Sorry.
He wasn't the champ over there. My bad. But he was running shit over there. Is what I meant to say. I forgot he didn't. He never wanted to win the belt because he basically started this shit. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like I don't know, bro. It's just certain things with his character. I feel like it's just very lackluster. And I get what y'all saying. Like, yeah, it is what he's given. But I feel like to really excel, to really be a star, to make yourself bigger than just the average champion, you have to make you're that. Obviously, you already have the talent to do that. You're Dusty's kid, but fuck that. Not even just being Dusty's kid. You're Cody Rhodes. This is what he got to realize. This is what I would tell him. This is what Paul Heyman would probably tell him if he was in it. Yo, if I'm your manager, stop saying that you don't know who you are. Because Paul Heyman don't say, yeah, this is the tribal chief. He doesn't know who he is, but he's the champ. No, he know who he is. He's the tribal chief. Or Paul Heyman was with Brock. This is Brock Lesnar. There's a reason why Paul Heyman is great at what he does. Because he makes the fans even believe, even though the fans already believe. He makes it known to you. This is the person. This is exactly who it is. This is that guy. And he says the name with emphasis. There's a reason why he does it like that. That's why his character hit. This is Brock Lesnar. He does all that. Yeah, you know exactly who it is that's coming out. When that music hit, you know exactly who it is. This is CM Punk. You know exactly when that music hit, who is coming out. This is Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. You know exactly when that music hit, who it is coming out. And then it's like, this is Cody Rhodes. I don't know who I am yet. But when are you going to know who you are? That's part of the reason why this sucks. I feel like JD right now.
No, those are all fair critiques. For me, it's just not enough for me to lose faith and lose goodwill with them. But
yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Too offensive enough. And I would say he's already a prestigious champion. Like him being the one to end Roman's reign already cements him as a really important champion. But
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not trying to cut this segment short.
Yeah, my fault. I was
there is a
definitely
certain no, you're cool.
That's my
There's a
bad.
segment that I know we got to get to, and I want my homie to introduce it because we were talking about it earlier today. Who's still in here?
Now we can get right to it, man. Listen.
Yes.
It was brought to. It was something on Twitter. I posted in the chat. Oh, they said that Alexa Bliss is going to miss WrestleMania. Cool, and you know they did their little back and forth. You know how that goes in here. They did their back and forth.
No surprise there.
And then it got to. I think it was Jay Bands that asked this question, but he was saying like, what tier would you have a certain person on? So right now we want to try to put the women's division, just the main roster, no NXT, in tiers.
You fucking mark!